We're here with the Traxxas Aton. It's new from Traxxas. We're going to do an unboxing today of it. Warranty sheet, sticker sheet. The sticker sheet's kind of cool. They cut them out, so you do not have to. Most of their Traxxas sticker sheets, you gotta scissor them, but they cut them out for you. It's kind of nice. Makes them nice to easy to put on there. Owner's manual, quick start guide. There is a section here, know before you fly. You should read this right here. This is most important. If you don't want to read this and it's boring and you don't want to do all that, this is your quick start to get flying and the important stuff. This is what, if you don't want the FAA to keep on with regulations, read this, do this, be safe with it, and don't cause issues to people. You get a extra blade set. It looks like extra pins for the, yes, extra pins. This is your camera mount for the GoPro. It just has a little pin deal here. You stick your case on there and put your screw through it. We'll show you kind of how that goes on here in a second. Charge cable. Leave that for next. The Aton. They have cool lights. You have power, GPS, home, and info. I read on that one a little bit. I'm not sure what that one is. When we start flying it, we'll go over that one a little bit more in a second part of the video once we kind of fly it around the field here. Let's see. Yes, there was 2 ports I noticed on here. They both look like power ports. They're only 2 pins. I'm assuming maybe like Traxxas might be doing like a light thing, like the Alias, or maybe a gimbal, or who knows what. So something on here. I'm assuming they're going to have accessories later, because these are not mentioned in the manual anywhere. There's also a button here. Didn't really mention. I believe that's reset. Next, Traxxas charger. They give you a decent one. Traxxas has been pretty good about that lately with their RC cars and stuff. They don't give you like the 8-hour, you get a fly tomorrow kind of chargers anymore. They, up the price a little bit of some of their products, but you get a fast charger that you don't have to wait very long to charge your battery. It looks like it's 3 amps, and I'll do a 2 or 3 cell pack. AAA batteries for the transmitter. Kind of similar feel and look to the Alias. Landing gear, it's 2 sets. They attach underneath with screws. I can get it on here. Kind of slides and locks into place, and then you have a spot for 2 screws right here, like so. And then the landing gear, you have to have that on in order to attach your camera gimbal, because it snaps onto the landing gear. So if you want to just race around, not do aerial footage or whatever, you don't want it on there, because you'll rip your camera off, so, and your legs off if you crash. So you don't want that there. And what else do we have? Allen wrench, regular tools. And that's kind of it. Foam and box. So we're gonna go back here in a second. We're gonna plug it in and show you how it arms up. All right, we brought out a Traxxas Alias, so you can kind of compare the size between the two. This is the Traxxas radio, the Aton radio. They are actually the same size, so they seem to be not much different other than software. You have return to home. This is the arm switch and there was several flight modes. We're going to fly it a little bit and mess with those to see what they do. It does have an auto takeoff function. I believe it's this button here, and then you go to about 50% throttle, hit that button, and then it will take off for you. I believe it's 45 feet it goes to. That's the other thing to keep in mind when you hit the home button too. It's supposed to, if you're under 45 feet, it will raise up to 45 feet and then return to home. If you're above 45 feet, it won't ascend to 45 feet. It'll stay at its current altitude, come back, and when it's over home, then it will ascend. That says full. So basically it's going to save you from, like, let's say if we turn the camera there, you're beyond that tree limit over there and you're above them. That's going to keep you from hitting the home button and it dropping to 45 feet and flying right through those trees. So it will save you quite a bit of headache. So now we're going to fly it while we have daylight.
Just to show I'm turning it on, you just plug it in to the back of the quad.
There's the little status LEDs. And that's going to give you when your GPS satellite links, or if you're hitting return to home, that you're in return to home mode. Takes about 30-45 seconds to get your first GPS lock. Like most GPSs, it should have some kind of battery backup. So if you power it off, grab another pack, and then go fly again, it should not take 30 to 45 seconds. If you don't wait very long between, it should reacquire the satellites it already had before. Doesn't work every time, but it does save time a little bit. And we are locked in an RTF.
This is full throws on your camera mode that it's got, prevents you from flipping it over.
So basically the tilt angle you're seeing, it's not going to go beyond that. Makes for smoother camera footage, less jerky movement. So we're discovering in order to switch modes, it doesn't let you do it on the fly. We had to land it before it allowed us to switch to advanced flying. And this thing is super fast. Yeah, it looks like it's doing probably like 50 miles an hour or more. So for you FPV racer guys, there might be a new, if anybody's doing 450 class FPV racing, this thing rips pretty good.
return to home. This is automatically returning to home.
Playing some cool music that it's returning to home. You know that road music, coming back from a trip, coming home. We're gonna see if it does an automatic power down, and it does. So that's kind of cool. All right, so the first mode you saw us fly in was not advanced mode, it was fast mode?
Fast mode.
Fast mode. So now we're in expert mode, which this should give you the unlimited angle. So again, FPV racers are those who want to do the Charpoo flip flying. Should give you an unlimited angle here. I think we're gonna try a flip. Ooh, it does it pretty nice. Not too much drop. Do that one more time. We got fuzzy. There we go. Do another roll. There we go. Cutting grass. Oh wow, that was an angled flip. This thing's pretty aggressive in advanced mode. It's kind of nice. So it really shows this is going to be, you know, kind of an everything quad, you know, versus Phantoms. Typhoons are more so camera ships for doing HD video and whatnot. And this is, looks like it's going to give you something a bit more versatile than most, where you're going to be able to have something fun that's fast, but if you want to go up there and shoot some video, it'll do that too. And air brake. Sweet. So it's like loiter. They call it air brake. It's called loiter if you're a drone guy.
The spot of where you were.
Yeah. So as soon as you hit it, it's gonna basically save that GPS location and it'll go back to that point. So saving you, or if you're doing like aerial footage or something like that, you can make it stop if it's drifting around. Ooh, we just got our first crash on video. That landed surprisingly light though. I doubt anything is wrong with it. Sounded like it landed on a pillowcase. Nice soft grass.
Turned itself off by itself. Awesome.
So it looks like it has some sensors to pick up either overcurrent or the fact that it's suddenly stopped moving and there was an impact. So nothing wrong. Green light. So those who were worried about it crashing, it took a little flip spill from about 5-10 feet. Ended up upside down in the grass, and here it is again. your forward, back, left, behind you, in front of you. There we go. Oh, oh man. All right, he didn't believe that it was, the first hit was hard enough, so we went with round 2. And we're good. What? That made a nice little rock and everything. Oh, we got a blade. We got a blade. Got a little crease. Wow, those things are like Gorilla Gear for blades. Alright, so since we so graciously crashed that for you, just to show you the blade changing, we never would have done that otherwise. Just kidding. That was an accidental crash. Too much fun happening, and then things crash. That happens. Ooh, cool. That's kind of flexible. I think that's why I didn't break any of that. I like the little fuel tubing thing on here. That's kind of nice. So, looks like it just pulls right off. Pay attention to your blade directions. This is going to be left and right. Oh, they made it kind of like if you're lazy and you don't want to put your screws in, they're already in for you. So you can literally quick change like a pit stop in a NASCAR race. So while I'm doing this and you're observing this most fascinating blade change, one of the things I didn't like is, and I'm sure my cameraman here will agree, or I guess we're both cameramen, is you can't change modes unless you land. Now there's a little issue that I hope they fix with that to make it to where you can change modes while you're flying, because of the fact that if you get into a situation where you lose GPS, this thing is going to freak out. So you get near a power line, it messes with the magnemeter. You get near whatever and lose GPS. It's kind of a bad thing because acro mode, when you switch to acro, for the most part, the flight controller is ignoring the GPS and all the other sensors. It's going fully off of RC. And that really is what saves you from crashing. So if you ever have any kind of drone and it's freaking out and flying away and not doing what you want it to do, you go into what they would call advanced mode, expert mode, acro mode, whatever, and it will stop listening to the GPS and the magnemeter, and it's only taking your endpoints. The only things that are working essentially is the accelerometer and the gyro, which is basically what makes it flat and adjusts movement speed. So we'll look in the manual and see if there's a way to do it on the flight. It doesn't seem like it because it didn't really ever change unless we landed it. So I really don't like that, and it kind of makes you nervous a little bit when you're in a bad situation, not being able to bail out. The little feet, the legs have little rubber deals on there. I don't know if it's plastic and rubber or just really hard rubber. So you don't really have to worry about if you don't have the long landing gear on there. You don't have to worry about if you kind of set it down kind of hard. But it lights up pretty good for night. I didn't notice, did you notice where the arms lit up? They seem to be lit up okay. We're kind of at a dusk, a weird lighting time right now that we're filming this. But anyways, the price point on this, so for a drone in the like $300, $400 range, you got something that's literally, I would say probably one of the first commercially made, manufactured quadcopters that are gonna be in between this guy and like a Phantom or a Typhoon. It's kind of right in the middle price range. But like if you were looking at, I would say the Phantom's kind of cool. I think it's kind of had its day. If you were looking between like a base Phantom, like a Phantom 3 standard, or this, I would say this is probably going to be way better than the Phantom by a long shot. Unless you want HD camera and all that stuff. So that's it. We're gonna go fly this again. It's gonna be a little bit darker, so our previous how well does this light up at night, it's darker, we're gonna be able to see it a little bit better. So John here is gonna fly it. I'm gonna go back on the camera and let's see how this guy does. All right, so we're loading in a 3-cell 5200. It's a heavier battery. We're gonna see how it does on the heavier battery. All right, it lights up pretty good. Let me see if I can lift it up. So if you're out camping and you're lost and all you have is your Aton, you can kind of light your way through the wilderness with your Aton. Pretty nice, about like this guy right here. Lights up, I don't know, quite a bit brighter. Having the arms bent, looks like you can kind of distinguish where the rotors are a little bit. Mess with it. Round 2. 3-cell 5200. Oh.
Was it sideways when you plugged it in?
Yes, you were angling it when you powered it up. So that may be it. So yes, when you plug these in, powered up, don't touch until it arms. You're touching. Any quad, they hate being moved. So you got to kind of plug them in, wait a second on while it's level, and then you can fiddle with the little battery box and clip it in. Because it will think that you're angled. Your GPS is still blinking. Oh, we're on. Boom. Woo!
Are those backwards? Did you do the blades backwards?
No. So we're back after switching the blade direction. This does use Mavlink software. So I know usually the blade should go the other way on most quads. But I'll look into this. I may be wrong. Maybe backwards thinking. But this is 11.1 5200 soft pack. It's like the same thing you'd have like for a car battery. That's a soft pack, and it seems to be doing pretty good. Does it feel heavier?
Yes.
All right. So there is a little bit of flying difference.
This is second mode.
It feels like it's heavier.
No, you probably don't want to
Slows it down a little bit.
probably not want to use a heavier battery for doing loops and rolls.
So if you're doing loops and rolls, as he's saying, this battery is probably going to be too heavy because it's going to take a little bit more oomph to recover from the altitude drop. It still hauls. But maybe if you're doing like video recording or something like that, 5200 will give you a decent runtime gain over the stock battery.
If you want to go in front, I'll do a high pass by you. I'm going to stand back so I don't hit myself.
Oh, but you'll hit me. Get in front of me. I'll stand back so I don't get hit.
Okay, here we go. You follow what I'm doing?
Are you going over the top?
Yeah, I just want to say what I was doing.
High speed pass. Take 1. 5200. It seems to have a little bit more punch, or is that me?
It might. Pass into 2.
You can hear the quad a little bit twitchy. That's probably due to the weight. You'd have to change the PID settings a little bit. We haven't plugged this into a computer yet to see what you can do with the Mavlink software. There is a Traxxas app, Traxxas Flight Link app. I could not find it. It seems, at least for iOS, it's not out yet. It's in the manual though. still pretty good flipping.
Yeah, it does.
Let's see what the extra weight does when we smash it into the ground.
That's not.
Oh. He may get risky. It'd be like hitting it with a cannonball inside of it. Just blow out of it. Do you like a, just like a power up? Just up.
Straight up?
Yeah. Straight up. Let's see. Oh crap. So yeah, it's not really affected too much by the 5200. That thing gets it. But you do hear a little bit of twitchy twitch a little bit when you're going high speed, and that's probably the weight, but not really a big deal. And that just recovered in, wow, not that many feet. So, but anyways, you could do a 5200. The stock battery is gonna fly quite a while anyways. So I don't know, up for debate. Traxxas has got 5000s or 5200s, I can't remember. I think that's what's in it. And that thing lights up good. How's the orientation?
Good.
So pretty easy to keep track. Ooh, that sounded cool. Pretty easy to keep track of direction at night. So definitely a night flying machine. And that green, you can see the status lights pretty good too. Camera's probably not going to give you that great of a idea of how easy it is. It's because focus at night, but see it lighten up the ground a little bit. Ooh, we almost cannonballed it.
Prime blade stop.
Your first blade stop with the Aton. Ooh, wow. Recovers really good. Good job, Traxxas. Are we gonna try to change flight modes on the fly? Alright, so in order to change flight modes, you may have heard us say earlier in the video, which that may or may not be chopped in or not. To change flight modes, you have to hit the air brake / loiter button to make it stop, and then hit it into a different mode. So if you ever get in a GPS weird situation where it's gonna freak out, kind of rare, does happen, you hit the loiter mode. Ooh, you did test the crashing on the heavier battery. You hit the loiter mode or the air brake mode, and then change quickly into advanced mode, and then that will give you full control. So, and that's kind of a feature, I don't know why quad companies don't tell you that, but acro mode saves your quad every time. Have a 360 view, all angles.
Auto power's down.
The auto power down's kind of cool. So if you're wondering about the flight controller, Mavlink, Mission Planner, I keep saying Mavlink. Mission Planner is pretty much only used with either a Pixhawk or APM flight controller. So we can only assume that's what this is inside of here.
One more
so
test.
Once we, a little bit later, He's gonna do one more test.
One more test. Haven't tried it, haven't asked, but I'm going to see what happens if for any reason your batteries die in your radio. I'm going to take it back up again and turn the radio
Oh, we're gonna do a radio power off. So if this survives, or it may crack itself open for us right now, who knows? We're gonna open this probably a little bit later and see what kind of flight controller it is, and maybe plug it into the computer in another video and kind of see how much it lets you mess with it. So here we go. John here will be taking it off, and then we are going to power off the controller. See, like you pulled a bunch of batteries out of your TV turners and your radio dies. What will it do? Will it fly away? Will it return to home?
Here's power off.
Powered off.
Powered off.
And it is flying up to what I can only assume is 45 feet. Now it's coming over us. It has stopped. And it's landing. So we have maybe default return to home. There's the power light is blinking. That's probably telling you, hey, I have no radio link. Warning, warning, warning. And it's landing. And the GPS seems to be all right. I would probably give yourself a little room. It seems to kind of land within about 5 or 10 feet of where it's at. And it screams at you and tells you, hey, something's wrong. I have no radio. And it relinks when you turn it back on.
Second test will be turning the radio off and then turning it back on. Seeing if
all right, we're gonna see if it's gonna let you override the return to home when it relinks.
Radio's off.
Off radio. Radio's powered back on. Probably have to hit air brake. Did it do it? Yeah.
You do have to hit air brake, and it will allow you to recover from it. Also, if you're returning to home, like right here, if you're returning to home, it will not allow you to move any of the sticks. The quad itself takes control of itself. If you want to recover from that, you can
barely see it. We'll see if we can see it.
Your top right button, you press that button down, and it allows you to take back over the quad so you can control it again. Do make sure when you do that that your throttle stick is not at 0 where it's going to just want to fall. I'd say about half throttle or a little bit over when you release the air brake button.
Yeah, that may have happened to one of us once. So that's kind of a cool feature. Bump test. Oh, that's pretty good. So air brake is your override button. Tell the quad, stop. I want to do something else. Air brake. All right, so we are done flying in our Frigidaire. It's kind of cold. Hands going numb. If you want to buy this guy, you can get it from Visalia Hobbies here in Visalia, California, 2945 South Mooney. If you want to buy it online, you can go to www.visaliahobbies.com and you can get it there.